guys, welcome back to Urban Rhino Tutorials. On today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a letter bead and chain necklace. This is going to be a very simple project. We have some fishing line, some curb chain here, and a couple of crimp beads because we want to make sure that we're able to crimp the fishing line. I have a lobster clasp and a couple jump rings, so pretty simple. So to begin, I'm going to pull off a strand of fishing line about 12 inches or so. Kind of depends on the length of your letters that you want to put on. I'm just going to do a really simple one that says "Be kind." To start, I'm going to take my fishing line and I'm going to put a crimp bead on the fishing line. So let me grab that here. I'm not going to crimp it yet. I'm just going to slide it on. I'm going to put it through one piece of my chain. I have about a foot of chain here. I want this necklace to be shorter, kind of sit around the, not quite a choker, a little longer than that. And I'm going to, I looped the fishing line through the very first link of my chain, and then I put it back through the crimp bead. So it's making a loop, and then I just crimped it. And I'm trimming off the excess fishing line. So now I'm ready to begin putting my letters on. And to start, I'm going to put just one little gold rocaille bead. So this is like a 4mm bead that I'm going to slide on just to begin kind of a little separation between the chain. I've got a little kink in my chain there. There we go. And then I'm going to start with my letters. I really like these. These are the white round letters with the gold writing, gold letters. So I have my first letter. I'm just cutting the chain down a little bit because I know I don't need that much. And obviously this can say whatever you want. I have done these before with, a child's name or whatever. You could certainly, instead of doing chain as well, you could make a complete strand of beads. So I've seen these a lot right now where they use either really little like seed beads or rocaille beads and then have the letters. So I just put a second rocaille bead on to separate, since I'm using two words, so it'll say "Be kind." I didn't want the letter beads to run together. So let me finish stringing on my last few here. And then what we'll do once I have the letters on is attach the fishing line to the other end of the chain. And I frequently do this where I'm going to put one more rocaille bead on here. I will frequently get a piece of chain that I know is approximately the right length and wait to cut it in two pieces until after the rest of my necklace is completed. Not really sure why I do it that way, I just do. So I've got the end of the fishing line in my hand here. I'm going to grab another crimp bead, slide that on. Maybe, there we go. And again, I'm going to feed that end of the fishing line through the end link of my chain. And now I'm going to take, again, the end of the fishing line and go back through the crimp bead like this. And I'm going to pull it so that it tightens up all of that extra fishing line so you don't see any of it. I'm going to crimp that crimp bead. Again, trim off the extra fishing line. You could always try to tuck some of it under that first letter as well if you don't want to see any of the fishing line sticking out. So now it's almost complete. Let me fix this little bit of the chain. There we go. I'm going to lay it out flat. I'm going to find the very center of the chain and use my wire cutters and just cut it in half. And so now I have my two equal sides. And to finish the end of this, we're just going to put a jump ring. I'm just making sure I've got that cut off completely. We're going to put a jump ring on one side as well as a jump ring and a lobster clasp on the other side. So while I'm doing this, remember when you open jump rings, always twist them open. I always use 2 pairs of pliers, never pull them apart. That way they retain their shape. So I'm going to open it, hook on the lobster clasp and close it back up. So while I'm doing this, again, I'm going to link the supplies in the description below. You can always click on those if you want to purchase the same, if not very similar supplies. If you have questions, always happy to answer. Remember, I am a high school teacher, so some of the methods that I use might not be the same for some of you. There's usually a reason why I'm doing something the way I am. So just keep that in mind when you are commenting below, and I would appreciate it. As always, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. I appreciate any comments and questions that you guys have, and thank you to all of you who have followed my channel over the years. It allows me to continue doing what I love. So thanks for watching, guys.